The theft of a very large bridge doesn't go over well with the police. A man was sentenced to prison after transferring thousands of dollars by lifting his ex-girlfriend's eyelids. And in need of a baby boom, China is clamping down on vasectomies. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, your only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm Jonesy. I have 3 strange stories, what I call segments, from around the world today. Let's get right into it. A bridge was stolen in Ohio and police are investigating. Akron, Ohio. Where is the missing bridge? Police are trying to fill in the gaps to that mystery after a 58-foot bridge was reported stolen. I don't know how you steal a 58-foot bridge. It's going to be more than one culprit, is my guess. This isn't the work of one perpetrator, as they say on those crime shows. This isn't the work of one perp. This is the work of a whole team of bridge thieves. And I know, how do you make money off of stealing a bridge? Who's going to buy your bridge? You sell a bridge on the black market? I got some bridges, guys. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Find out what happened. Apparently, the bridge was stolen from a field behind a corporation. It was discovered a couple weeks ago that the treated deck boards on the bridge had been removed. And then a week later, the entire bridge was removed. Just gone. In the span of over a week. Okay, so it sounds like this was taken piecemeal, as they say. Piece by piece. The bridge was formerly used in a park. Anybody with information on the whereabouts of the missing bridge should contact the police at 330-375-2464. Wow, this is all it says in the story. I want more information. Okay, I went to another article. Let's see if it gives me any more. It says here the Akron police have investigated the theft of all kinds of shit. It doesn't say shit, it says valuables, but I prefer the colorful language. This is the first time in anyone's memory that detectives have tried to find out who stole the damn bridge. This was a pedestrian bridge, and it went along the little Cuyahoga River. You guys know that river. Oh, it's beautiful. That's where I lost my virginity. On the bridge, as a matter of fact, I did. I had made sweet love on a bridge. Who stole the bridge I lost my virginity on? I'm going to find these people. Okay. The complete 58-foot-long span was removed from the park eventually as part of a wetlands restoration project. And they just put it in a field. They thought, you know what, we'll put this bridge in a field and no one will take it. Who's going to take a bridge? This bridge, by the way, it says is worth $40,000. Oh, I didn't know bridges could be worth something. Maybe this is what's going on. You can sell a bridge on Etsy if you repurpose it, maybe. Bridges for 40 grand. Okay. Okay, there's tracks in the field. Oh, we got some clues. There was tracks in the field near where the bridge was taken. They show where the thieves drove their truck or multiple trucks. Investigators say they're not sure what the crook's plan is to do with the bridge. Yeah, of course you don't know the crook's plan because it's weird. It's weird to steal a bridge. Who knows what they're thinking? They could just be high on mushrooms. Yeah. Or just drunk. I've stolen some stuff drunk before. I've stolen some weird things drunk before. I'll tell you the strangest thing I probably stole drunk. I stole a bamboo plant out of the lobby of a Chinese food restaurant after I had been kicked out because of an argument between me and the karaoke DJ who said I was too drunk to sing, like just wouldn't let me sing anymore. Said I was being rude. I had passed in too many song slips, and then I was kind of demanding to sing again. But you know, these karaoke jockeys, they call them KJs, they sing too much themselves. We're paying you, bro. Why do you got to sing every 4 songs? I don't want to hear your voice. Just because your band didn't make it and now you're working in a Chinese food restaurant for free Mai Tais, spinning. Spinning. You're a karaoke DJ. It's even worse than spinning. It's worse than a DJ. Anyway, so yeah, I got kicked out. So on the way out, I stole a very sophisticated, very nice bamboo plant. It wasn't the plant that was so nice. It was the vase that it was in. Oh, it was a very thick crystal vase. Look, I'm not proud of this, all right? Oh, I put that thing in my friend's pickup truck. This is a bad plant. So I got in the pickup truck. I put it in the back of the truck. We drive off relatively hastily, and that thing bounced around the truck a lot, and the bamboo came out and it chipped the nice vase, and so the whole thing was a terrible plan. Man, I was crazy in my early 20s, man. I was really crazy. Okay, they interviewed Lieutenant Mike Miller of the Akron police, who says, quote, "Well, you know, a stolen bridge could be used for a variety of different things." Oh, really, Mike Miller? You tell us. What could a bridge be used for? Well, you could use it as a landscaping, or they could use it for some other engineering projects, some other large-scale project, you know? The bridge is almost all polymer, I'm told, and really just connected by some bolts. So if you have any equipment, sockets, or anything of that nature, it wouldn't have been very hard at all to start the process of disassembling this bridge. It seems to us the bridge was actually stolen in phases. The thieves actually cleared the brush around the area and then removed the entire structure. Authorities believe that the bridge has little recycling value. Their best guess is that the suspects are looking for someone in the market for a complete pedestrian bridge or the components of the bridge. It's just so funny. This big story around a stolen bridge. There's nothing going on in Akron. I'm sure there's stuff going on in Akron that's more out of control than this bridge. But if you know who's taken this bridge, if you have a clue, if you've gone on some sort of bridge detective work, call 330-375-2490. If you think this story is ridiculous and I shouldn't have done it, call Weird AF News, 646-450-2012. If you yourself have stolen a bridge and you know what can be done with a stolen bridge, please call the show and let us all know, because we're all very curious what you can do with a stolen bridge. I have no idea. Is this worth anything? Come on! Yay! Never give up on the weird news. It always makes you happy. Oh. A man has been sentenced to prison after transferring $23,000 plus on his ex-girlfriend's phone by pulling up her eyelid. This is a story out of South China. A man was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after he transferred 150,000 won, which is 23,500 USD, from his ex-girlfriend's phone using facial recognition technology. How did he do this? She was sleeping at the time. He pulled up her eyelids and used the facial recognition while she was sleeping. Oh, and just another problem that we have to face with this new technology, that someone could steal all your money while you're sleeping by just pulling up your eyelids or pushing your face one way. Oh, man, this is crazy. The man's name is Huang. He was actually a compulsive gambler, burdened by gambling debt at the time. So he was in trouble. He owed money, gambling, and I don't get involved in a squid game, bro. They accept degenerate gamblers like you who are behind in debt, whose life is on the line. Okay, so he's burdened by gambling debt. He called his ex-girlfriend. Her last name is Dong. He told her that he wanted to meet to discuss how he could pay back more than 60,000 won that he borrowed from her when they were together. She lent him over $9,000 for his gambling debt. It's a very nice woman. Sounds to me like he's been taking advantage of her for years. It's very sad. That afternoon, he volunteered to take care of Dong after learning that she was a little bit ill. He went over her house. He cooked for her. He prepared her medicine. Oh, what happened? He roofied her and then lifted her eyelid? What happened next is that Dong fell asleep after taking the medicine. Doesn't say what the medicine was, but I have a feeling it contained, the old Jameson. That'll put you to sleep if you're sick. Okay, so then Huang apparently unlocked her phone with her fingerprint. And then he pulled up her eyelids in order to transfer the money using her face in the facial recognition process. Afterward, it doesn't say when, but Dong surprisingly saw that the money was transferred on her phone. She reported it to the police immediately. The police later discovered how the money had been transferred. Huang was recently sentenced to 3 years and 6 months and fined 20,000 won, which is 3,000. He should have been fined a lot more than that. He should pay her back for all this money he's taken, plus the 9,000 that he borrowed from her before. It's a terrible individual, by the way. And this is just a crazy story highlighting where we're at, despite this technology. I mean, you can implement the most sophisticated security system that you can think of, like facial recognition, right? Or the fingerprint as well. And it's not always foolproof, unfortunately. And we might have to come up with a new system like nipple recognition. You put your nipple against the phone and it... Hey, I'm just trying to think of a way to have an extra step in there, all right? Now they got to get your shirt off, all right? It's an extra step. Okay, the face is easy. The face is there. The nipple's hidden. Nipple technology. I'm a genius, by the way. Why aren't I in charge of things? I am. I'm in charge of a podcast that I record in a closet. It just tells you where I'm at in life. Yeah, my ideas aren't embraced. That's why I'm stuck in this closet. But I'm telling you, one day, one of my genius ideas is going to get me out of this closet. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. China needs a baby boom. So they're clamping down on vasectomies. As you know, for about 3 decades, Chinese authorities actually forced men and women to undergo sterilization to control the population growth. But now as the government tries to reverse what is a plummeting birth rate, it fears that could threaten social stability and the economy. The hospitals are actually turning away men that are seeking vasectomies. Here's a quote from a hospital director named Yang. It's a rather simple surgery in theory, a vasectomy, but public hospitals will almost always, turn away patients because we are aware of the risks involved in doing something that's not explicitly okayed by our government. The fundamental policy is that China actually needs more childbirths right now. China recorded 8.5 births per 1,000 people in 2020, which is the lowest rate in more than 70 years, according to the official data. With one of the world's lowest fertility rates at 1.3 children per woman, it is even below Japan's. Efforts to arrest this trend, including loosening family planning rules, such as the former one-child policy, and offering even cash subsidies and longer parental leave to encourage larger families. These have failed, as more Chinese couples still choose not to have children in general. I guess they like their free time. You know, I can't blame people who don't want to have children, or who don't want to have more than 1.3 children. They take up all your money. By the way, you go over someone's house that has children, it's a mess. You step on a Lego. They don't pay rent. They're the worst roommates ever, these children. You would never voluntarily live with such assholes, these children. Okay, so Chinese couples are like, we don't want to do it. We want to have free time. We want to go on vacation. We want to play video games. I want to gamble my excess money on the Patriots. Anyways, Chinese family planning law says citizens' reproductive rights, including choosing birth control, are protected, actually. There's no official ban or specific restriction on the vasectomy surgery, though hospitals and doctors conducting vasectomies must be approved by county-level health departments. The worry for some couples is that authorities could turn to more forceful or restrictive measures akin to those used to enforce the previous one-child policy. Yeah, they're worried about the facilities not performing the vasectomy procedure. They interviewed some couples and single men within this article who have sought the vasectomy procedure and were told by doctors and hospital staff that they would not do the procedure, saying that they would regret the decision later on. Some asked for documentary proof of marriage even, and evidence that the couples had already had children before going ahead with the surgery. So they're getting a little nosy. They want to know what's going on. There's a 23-year-old copywriter here who tried unsuccessfully to get a vasectomy this year. He and his girlfriend, a graduate student, had moved in together and wanted to maintain a DINK. What the hell is a DINK? It's a dink. They call it a dink. It's called a double income, no kids lifestyle. Oh, that's cool. I support the dink. Dinks are great. Big dink. That's what you want in your life. Big dink. Big double income, no kids lifestyle. Why wouldn't you want that? My God, it's so fun. Just enjoy yourself, man. And then when you're 60 and you have no more energy, then adopt some kids. Everybody wins. Anyways, they were turned down by 2 hospitals with the doctors telling him that he was much too young. He is 23, though. That is pretty young, but I'm okay with that. He's quoted as saying, having a child or not is our choice to make and our fundamental right. We don't need anyone to tell us how to live. This is true, and there are still ways for you to not have a child. You can still have your dink, is what I'm saying. You could still have your dink, even if they denied the vasectomy. 23 is a little young. I had mine way older than that. I would have never even attempted in my early 20s to do something like that. I would have thought that would be foolish. At 23, you're just not really sure. Just take the other steps to maintain this dink for yourself, is what I would say, without the vasectomy. Anyways, I feel very strongly about the vasectomy, by the way. And it worries me that people are going to be denied that in China. Because it's your body, man. It's your decision. And it's part of your freedom as well. Big time, man. Kids really lock you down if you don't want to be locked down this way. And believe me, the people that want vasectomies, you want them to have vasectomies. Trust me, because they clearly don't want to have kids. So now if they accidentally do so, they're not going to be all in on the parenting process, correct? I mean, there's a reason they want the vasectomy. They're not all in on parenting. So now if they have a kid by some unfortunate circumstance, an accident or whatever, now they're put in a position where they're just like, now they're going to be a parent with bitterness. Maybe not be all in. I mean, of course, some of them might turn that around. They may become all in once they see their child for the first time and get to love it and know it. But then there are others who are going to be like, man, I don't want to be 25 with this over my head right now. I want to have a vacation. I want to do some things in my life. I want to become a BMX bike racer, or I want to jump out of planes. I mean, maybe you want to jump out of planes on the weekends. Maybe that's the thing you want to do. You shouldn't be doing that if you're a parent. It's too risky. Can't be jumping out of planes on the weekends. Can't swim with sharks on the weekends if you're a parent. It's too risky. I mean, you could leave the kid parentless. So maybe you want to do all those things in life. I don't know. Anyway, do you guys disagree with my opinion? I don't know. Call my show, 646-450-2012. Tell me what you think.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to this episode of Weird AF News. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for calling in and leaving me messages and sending me emails with links. I like emails with links.
How long can I do that for? Before you hang up. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonesy. Thanks again for joining me, staying all the way to the end. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody who sent me stories. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow is Florida Friday, the episode where I only do stories from Florida. So if you come across some Florida stories from the week that are pretty weird, stupid, and funny, featuring the ultimate dumb Florida citizens and all their behaviors, please just email me, funnyjones@gmail.com. Super helpful. I appreciate that. You can also send them via the social medias. So at Funny Jones on Instagram and Twitter as well. So if you come across one or two, send them on over. Appreciate that. What else did I want to say? Oh, if you guys would like to support the show, you can tell a friend. That's always helpful. Word of mouth, spreading the word of the show. People are always looking for new podcasts, aren't they? Maybe you introduce someone to the world of podcasting in general. They're just like, I don't even know what a podcast is. And then you're like, come on, Grandpa, I'll show you what a podcast is. And let's use as an example of a podcast, Weird AF News. You might like this guy. He speaks to you, Grandpa. He speaks to you. He also hates everyone, just like you, Grandpa. He hangs out in a closet, just like you, Grandpa, to get away. If you want to support the show during the holidays monetarily, because you got a little extra crust, a little extra dough, you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/weirdafnews, or go to weirdafnews.com. In addition to joining the Patreon there, you can also buy Jonesy a cup of coffee there just by clicking on the banner. That's pretty cool. Or you could send me a PayPal donation as well. I'm funnyjones@gmail.com on PayPal. If you want to send me a holiday gift that I will spend on drugs. Just kidding, guys. I'm not. No, I might.